Hello and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast about movies that we haven't seen yet. My name is Trent. I'm here with my lovely wife, Betsy.
I'm lovely.
You're the loveliest, Betsy. And today we are continuing our Keanu-thon
Woohoo!
with number 3
Yes.
from 2005. We're into the 2000s now with the movie Constantine.
Indeed.
So
I say indeed a lot. Sorry.
I do too. It's okay. After listening to these during editing, I can notice some things that I say and you say. Hey, it's just how we talk. It's okay, Betsy.
Okay.
It's okay. But yes, today, Constantine is the movie. We're into the 2000s. This is from 2005. Betsy.
Yeah.
You haven't seen this movie.
I have not seen Constantine.
But I have.
Lo and behold.
Very rare occurrence where I have seen a movie and Betsy hasn't.
It's true. Either neither of us has or you haven't.
Yeah. In fact, I saw this in the theater.
Why?
I've seen this movie once. I saw it in the theater. I think I went out on a date with somebody, and apparently she wanted to watch this movie.
Okay.
So, the thing I remember about this movie and my reaction to it, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Going in, I had seen a lot of the trailers for it. I was kind of hyped for it because, hey, Keanu Reeves coming off of all 3 Matrix movies. I liked all of them. You know, this is basically his first big movie after the Matrix trilogy.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. So, you know, hey, this is his first thing. You know, he's been, box office gold for a long time. Let's see his new thing. And I watched all the trailers and they showed a little bit of an action movie stuff. But, when I actually watched it, I walked out of there kind of disappointed because it was one of those things where they showed all the good parts, all the action in the trailers.
Okay.
So I walked out of it very disappointed for just that fact. I didn't hate it, but, it could have been better.
Okay, and you've been mentioning many times that you would like me to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Why? If that was the reaction for you watching it and you've only seen it once.
Yeah, so
What is it that you want me to experience with you?
I think you're going to like the characters in this movie. You're going to like the actors. There's some people in this movie you don't know that are in it.
Okay.
For one thing. But I will say, I've mentioned this to you before. One of the greatest character actors out there, I believe I've mentioned this on this podcast before, is Peter Stormare.
Okay.
He plays, let's just say, he plays the devil. Yes, we are doing 2 podcasts in a row where Keanu Reeves encounters the devil.
Isn't that just like another normal Tuesday night for him?
Well, yeah. Yeah. But Peter Stormare is a fantastic character actor. Just one of these guys who shows up in anything. That shows up in just random things. If you don't know who Peter Stormare is...
You definitely do.
You do. The thing that I always point out, he is the Russian cosmonaut in Armageddon.
He's in Fargo.
Yes.
He's in the second Jurassic Park movie.
Okay.
Lost World.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, there's a bunch that people have definitely seen.
You have absolutely seen the man.
Yes.
And I just... He's great in everything that he does. He always commits fully to whatever he is doing. And that is still the case in this movie. So, you don't see a lot of him in this whole movie, but what you get is gold. But Constantine itself, what do you know about it?
So, I don't know a whole lot about this, but this was in that kind of 5-year period where they were making a lot of these kind of supernatural, vampire, werewolf, demon hunter type of movies.
Okay.
Obviously, you just mentioned the devil is featured.
Sure.
So it's some sort of, I don't know, supernatural, paranormal, not paranormal, I guess. It's some sort of otherworldly force.
Yeah.
And Constantine is somehow embroiled in this. I don't know if he's a human, a demon hunter, the spawn of Satan, a fallen angel, what he is, if he's just some dude, but he is entangled in this universe.
Okay.
I believe Rachel Weisz is in this.
Correct, yes.
And beyond that, I got nothing.
All right. All right.
So I have minimal knowledge. This was not one that piqued my interest at the time because, again, it was kind of in a sea of a whole lot of these other movies that were similar.
Like, what was the... Oh, man.
Like, in this time, you had Van Helsing and
That
I,
was the movie I was just thinking was Van Helsing.
Yeah, you had that I, Frankenstein movie. You
Yeah.
had Underworld.
Yeah.
You know,
Vampires and werewolves.
Yeah, there was a lot
Yeah.
of that coming into the theaters in the early 2000s. So,
all of varying degrees of
Yeah.
quality. Like, Van Helsing was okay. I think I've seen Van Helsing maybe twice. I think they were trying to make that another, like, trilogy or... just-
Van Helsing sucks.
yeah,
I said
that
it.
movie, it should have been better. It could have been better.
For being Hugh Jackman at the
Yeah.
launch of his career,
Yeah.
it definitely could have been. But no.
Yeah, it just
it's
kind of turned into a
garbage.
monster movie, and it's like, oh, okay, come on, guys.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
But Constantine,
Yeah.
I'll give it a fair shake because I don't really know anything about it. Hell, knowing going in that it is not the action movie it is depicted in the trailer,
It's really not.
might help it.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will point out, this is a comic book property. If you did not know, it is a
can't
DC
remember
comic.
if I knew that.
Yeah, it is a DC comic.
Okay.
I know nothing about it. I'm not a comic book guy. I never have been. But going into this, I think you might be served well by knowing that this is coming from a comic.
Okay.
Which is why you're gonna encounter a lot of weird things that just come off as completely normal.
Well, all right then.
And again, I don't remember a whole lot about this. I was a little bored the first time I watched it, but again, I was like with somebody who also probably wasn't into it. And yeah, I'm actually very excited to watch this again because it's been years and years.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah.
Almost 20.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go watch Constantine, Betsy.
Okay.
And we're back. Constantine, Betsy. What'd you think?
We did the thing.
Yeah.
That was okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that was like the most amazing movie I've ever seen, but of that era of films, this one was pretty strong.
Seeing it again, I think I like it much better the second time.
Again, because you knew what you were getting, as opposed to the first time
Right.
where you thought you were getting this wild action
I think
movie.
I was just disappointed because I thought it was going to be something different.
Yeah.
This was very, very low key compared to what I thought it might be. I
Yeah.
think that was my big disappointment. It wasn't bad the first time. I just wanted it to be something more.
Yeah, I think this was pretty good. It kind of makes me want to know more about the comic.
Yeah.
To see how it compares, because there is a grand tradition of failing the comic book fans, especially during this era of movie making.
I guess.
When we were adapting them. Like, I didn't even know this was a comic. So this is either really true to the comics, or there are little comic book nerds out there screaming.
Right. Well, and I didn't know whether or not they thought, oh, we're going to make a bunch of these movies. Constantine 2 and 3 and
I mean,
4.
maybe.
I don't know what the big plan was. I guess they could have if
Yeah.
it was more successful, which I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either. And I can see reasons for why I would have given this maybe in that, B-C range.
Yeah.
Not because it's bad, but it's missing something. It's lacking just a little bit of something, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe as we talk about it, I'll think of it.
We have some thoughts, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think if they were to approach this today in the era of these like dark origin stories and actually making comic book movies that people really like, that are really good.
Yeah, this movie was made before comic book.
Too early.
Yeah, it's before comic book movies really hit their stride.
Yeah.
And really really committed to the writing portion of it, instead of just like the feel of it.
But
like,
yeah, if you handed this property to somebody today, I think this would make a really tremendous movie in the right hands.
I suppose, yeah.
If they were to revisit this now, which is about the amount of time it's been in between some of these, like Blade's
Right.
coming out.
Right. Blade had 3 movies, though, of varying quality.
Yes, but it's another based on a comic book.
You're right.
So you understand where I'm
Of
coming
a dark
from.
kind of an origin. Now, they did actually make a Constantine TV show pretty recently, within the past 5 years, I
I remember
think.
something about that.
It didn't last long. But,
No.
yeah, it was a thing for like a season and a half, maybe. I don't know.
So maybe it will see its day in the sun, so to speak.
Yeah.
But not yet.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I go back to, when you compare it to the comic book movies of modern times, what it's missing is more levity.
Yes.
Like, be aware, have some self-awareness that what you're doing here, your film, you as a filmmaker are making something silly.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
it's
okay.
It's a comic book. You're supposed to be entertained. Mm-hmm. This isn't just about brooding and being dark.
No, and they tried. The only thing that's in here that's funny is Shia LaBeouf. And
Right.
he's 19 years old, and this was probably amongst his first movies.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have much to do and then disappears for 40 minutes.
Yeah, he disappears. He is only in like a few scenes.
Yeah.
And when he is there, he's just there for a very minor comic relief.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And then he dies in a very unceremonious way.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a dark tone, and it maintains its dark tone. Again, I can think of a lot of movies that are in this vein where it just has sort of one mood, one setting, and that's the way we're gonna make this whole movie.
You can have your dark undertones, your very serious, Catholic dogma type of stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, make fun of yourself.
There's no highs and lows. They
Yeah.
basically set the tone for this movie, and they're like, this is it, the
Yep.
whole movie.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not bad. This is definitely not a bad movie. I don't know exactly what it's missing except for that nuance. Like, they could have given some more layers to some people. They could have thrown some more levity in. Yeah, there's some little things they could have tweaked, and I think it would have been stronger.
Yeah. But all in all, it's still good.
Yeah.
I like I said, I enjoyed it much more this time because I knew what I was getting into. I kind of knew where everything was going. So I just seeing you react to it was more interesting this time because, again, this doesn't happen that often where I've seen a movie and you haven't.
Yes. I kind of wish you hadn't told me that Stormare was going to show up.
But I had mentioned it a long time ago when we before we started doing this podcast.
I didn't remember that.
All right. I expect you to remember everything I say.
No, I kind of wish you hadn't told me that because I think his introduction would have been more impactful.
I suppose.
I was waiting for him the whole movie.
I suppose. I told you he wasn't in it for very long.
Yeah.
We'll get to Peter Stormare
We'll get
as
to it.
Satan.
So yeah, we start the movie with a title card basically saying, with the spear of destiny, man will rule the world. Or
Been missing since World War II.
It's been missing since World War II. And some little dude in a dilapidated church in Mexico finds it wrapped in a Nazi flag,
Of course.
buried under a church. And it immediately possesses him and gives him superpowers. And he becomes single-minded on this mission.
Get to L.A.
So first things first, and we've maybe brought this up before, it'll certainly come up again. I spent 12 years in Catholic school.
Yes.
We went to church twice, sometimes 3 times a week at different points in my life. They have never once referred to this item as the Spear of Destiny. That's a stupid name.
What was it called, Betsy?
It didn't have a name because to me this wasn't a relic that lived on. You know, the way you hear about the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Or the Shroud of Turin or things like that. Or the cross itself, the nails in the cross. So the story is Jesus is crucified. He's nailed to the cross. But it's not that kills him. He's up there for hours and hours and hours. And then a Roman soldier spears him in the side, and that's what kills him.
Yes.
And in this movie, that spearhead is covered in the blood of Jesus, and it apparently has superpowers that I don't know. They make you strong. Like, I didn't quite understand.
As the Son of God, he supposedly has those kinds of properties.
Yes, and I understand this is a comic and we're using Christian lore to...
They are extrapolating a lot of lore.
But yes, just once they revealed that in this story, what that spear was, I went, oh, okay, I know this story.
There's a whole lot of Catholicism in this whole movie.
Oh, yes.
Which I'm glad you were here for.
But again, the Spear of Destiny is a stupid fucking thing to call that. There, I said it. And you know what? I wish my theologian brother was here because he might be able to tell me a specific name that is applied to that if such a thing exists.
It is actually referred to as the Holy Lance, or the Lance of Longinus, the Spear of Destiny, or the Holy Spear.
I would accept the Holy Spear. Yeah. I would accept the Lance. What did you say? The Lance of what?
Lance of Longinus.
The Lance of Longinus. Like, those are things I would understand. But this is like a bro comic book movie, so we went with the one that people could remember, which is the Spear of Destiny.
Right.
Okay. All right, I just somewhere along the way missed that bit of the story. Like, I didn't know it had a name. So
everything from that kind of lore has an official name that is designated to it.
Anywho.
They got to make everything important, Betsy.
So yeah, I don't quite follow, and I think this is the filmmakers not really getting into it as much as they could to explain the importance of this spear. And I know part of it is they bring it later. They tell you later the importance. They reveal
everything later, yeah.
But yeah, it's just this mystical spear that gives this little Mexican dude superpowers. And he gets hit by a car and he walks away.
Yep.
And he can jump barbed wire fences. And it creates like a pestilence and kills cows everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's this.
Those are all trained cows, Betsy.
Yeah, but it. I'm just. Yeah, I didn't quite.
Don't try to read too much into it.
I could have used more. I needed more detail.
Yeah.
Like, I understood it later when they said what it was. And all you need to know at the beginning is this is a powerful relic.
Yeah.
It just. I could have used more.
Okay.
I could have used more.
Okay.
So that's where we start. Then we go to Los Angeles, and there is a girl possessed by a demon.
You know.
Just normal.
Kind of a movie trope.
Normal Los Angeles stuff.
Right.
And the first person they call is a priest.
Yep.
Who can't exorcise the demon himself, so he calls John Constantine. Because, of course, his name is John.
Of course.
just John. That I think they just picked it because it sounded cool.
It does sound cool.
And he is by profession an exorcist?
Yeah.
But like a real serious demon type exorcist?
Yeah, he's got like the super duper powers of exorcism.
Yeah.
Whereas, regular ass priest may not have the skills, let's say, to really get the job done all the time anyway. But yeah, he goes to this girl who is possessed by a demon. Again, very much a movie trope. And he later describes, it really looked like that demon was trying to get to cross over.
Through her.
And he hadn't seen this before.
Because the explanation given is they are all on separate planes.
Yep.
And demons can influence people, but cannot actually exist in the realm of Earth.
Correct. And they're not supposed to.
Okay.
And if they do, his job, his task, his charge is to deport them, as it were. That's what he describes.
Yeah. He
Deport
sends
them
them
back
packing.
Sends them back to hell.
Okay. But he yoinks this demon. He yeets it back to hell.
Oh, God. Don't bring that shit in here.
And then we get Shia LaBeouf. I wrote down Shia LaBeouf as the scrappy sidekick.
Yeah, that's kind of all he serves here.
Yeah, he basically drives the car. He's around for like a hot minute.
A taxi cab.
Yeah, but he's not even old enough to drive barely.
It certainly looks like it.
Right. So he just is there to make like quips and things.
Yeah. Again, he's an apprentice. He refers to himself as an apprentice, and he's like prodding Constantine to try to get him to take him on missions and whatnot.
Yeah, let me help. I want to help.
Yeah.
So he shows up, and then we are introduced to Rachel Weisz, and she has a dream that she's in a mental hospital and then falls or is pushed or jumps off a roof into a pool down below.
Into a glass
through
window.
glass, through a glass ceiling.
Into a pool below.
And then she wakes up.
Yeah.
And it's not a dream. It actually is her twin sister.
Right.
So she basically had a vision of her sister's death.
Correct.
All right. And she is a detective?
She is a detective.
Okay. Okay.
So, and then after we kind of get that, again, this movie kind of doles out details very slowly.
Yeah, I got a little lost at this portion.
Right, yeah.
I'm noticing when I'm looking through my notes, I'm like, wait, I don't really understand what was happening here.
Yeah, so this is where...
It's a bit of a slow build.
Yeah, so she as a detective gets called in because it's actually her sister who dies.
Yes.
She gets called in as the detective, which, number one, you wouldn't be called in for something like that.
No,
Come
you would
on.
never.
You
Never.
would not call the victim's family.
To identify the body, sure, but not at the crime scene.
No, not to... No. But it is basically referred to as a suicide because, hey, she jumped off a goddamn building.
Yep.
She couldn't be possessed because that is not possible for the cops to say. So after that, I guess Constantine and what's her name, Angela, kind of meet up in the hospital
because we find out he has lung cancer.
Yeah, so
and he's dying.
Right, so he goes in and we find out that he has lung cancer from this doctor. And number one, does he smoke everywhere? It seems like he does.
They make a mention in a following scene that he smokes 30 cigarettes a day.
Yeah, and started when he was like 15.
Yeah, he's been smoking half of his life.
Yeah.
So yeah, he smokes most of this movie.
Yes.
Most of it.
But yeah, they kind of meet up a little bit in the hospital, and then
he effectively slams a door in her face just using an elevator. He doesn't hold the elevator.
She says, "Hold the elevator." No, I won't, or something like whatever.
And then they cross paths again.
So they go to, I guess it's a church of some kind. It's where
it looks like a library.
It looks like a library, but there's like a lot of like holy imagery in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Who
Church/library?
Who cares? That's where her and her sister's priest is. And I guess that priest was also talking with the angel Gabriel.
Yeah, so they both walk in, and Constantine says, I need to talk to him, it'll only take a minute.
Yeah.
And she says the same thing, but then they split off, and we realize they mean two different people.
Correct.
and it's Tilda Swinton
Yep.
as the angel Gabriel.
Yep.
How many times has Tilda Swinton played a role where it is a gender fluid character? Or defining her character as him?
I think that's the only time they ever refer to Gabriel as a he in this movie.
It's an angel.
Sure.
They have no gender.
Correct.
It doesn't matter.
Correct. It
But
doesn't matter
was
who's the... Yeah.
It's interesting to me because it's Tilda Swinton. I
Sure.
can think of 2 other movies at least
Okay.
where she has a...
It's a very undefined
Yeah,
thing.
they're just this character.
Sure.
So one,
Fair enough.
one would be Doctor Strange.
Okay. Yes.
She's just the Ancient One.
Correct.
And the other one is Snowpiercer.
All right.
Which we haven't seen.
No.
But I believe she is actually playing a man in Snowpiercer.
All right.
I'm not sure, or the character is written to be a man and she plays it as a man, but they never actually say if it's a man or a woman. But this is an interesting thing that Tilda Swinton does.
Okay.
She has got one of those faces and one of those characters
Mm-hmm.
that she could really kind of just go for it.
Sure.
And this is pretty early in her success, at least in America. I didn't know she was in this, but
Yeah.
2005, the only thing I had seen her in was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Okay.
She plays the witch
Yeah.
in that.
Not the wardrobe?
She's not the wardrobe, though she would play it with great skill.
Yes.
She would.
Agreed.
But yes, she plays the witch in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is, to this point, the only thing I would have seen her in 2005. Point of fact, those might have come out
Pretty
either
close.
the same year or
Pretty
a year apart.
Because I remember that movie coming out when we were in college.
She's a very skilled actress
Yes.
and picks interesting projects.
I told you that there's going to be some people in this you're going to know.
Absolutely. She looks cool in this.
She does.
She has, whoever did her wig, it's cool. She's got like cool, kind of wavy red hair.
Yep.
So it
fits.
her natural color.
It
She
fits
fits
her, yeah.
And she's wearing like a purple pinstripe men's tailored suit.
In that scene, yeah.
In that scene. So the first time we see her, she is very cool.
Yeah.
And again, playing the angel Gabriel.
Please give me some insight into the angel Gabriel, Betsy.
The angel Gabriel is a messenger of God. So you are familiar with Dogma.
The Metatron?
Yes, there's angels, there's archangels. So Gabriel appeared to the Virgin Mary to let her know she was carrying
Okay.
the Lord and Savior.
Sure.
But he makes other appearances in the Bible as well. He's a messenger of God. The short version is.
Sure.
So for him to just be kind of chilling on earth with the priest, I didn't get, except that they were picking a figure that would be recognizable.
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
But you've heard the phrase, the angel Gabriel.
Of course I have.
Yes, that's why. He's somewhat important. He's somewhat important in the lexicon.
Sure. So, Constantine goes there to basically ask Gabriel, what the hell did I just witness? I got this demon that I just exorcised from a little girl
Yep.
who was trying to enter our plane. And Gabriel just kind of, oh, okay. Didn't really say too much about it.
Yep.
Didn't really give a lot of, didn't really pay it too much mind or attention, or didn't think it was that big of a deal, maybe. I don't really know.
Well, and we know why later, but...
Well, of course, yes.
At that moment, yeah.
Yeah, in that
It's
moment...
like, I can't concern myself with your piddly little problems.
Sure, Gabriel is like giving him shit about, I hear you have some other health issues. This is after he finds out he has lung cancer.
Again, Gabriel knows some things.
Of course.
What with being the, the messenger of God.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we get a little backstory there. So
Yeah.
basically, Constantine is going to hell.
Yeah.
And Constantine knows he's going to hell.
And
Gabriel reminds him that he is
Right.
going to hell, and there's no way he's going to avoid it.
And Gabriel says, it doesn't matter how many good things that you do, you know what life you took.
Yes.
Which at that point, we are led to believe that, Constantine murdered someone.
Right.
But later on, we find out, actually, the reason why he's going to hell is because he offed himself.
Yeah.
As a child, as a teenager.
He tried and succeeded in killing
Yeah.
himself, and he was legally dead for 2 minutes, but
Right.
that was enough.
Right. He was in the ambulance, and they brought him back after being dead.
That is an interesting element to this story, that he succeeded in killing himself, and he went to hell. And they brought him back. They resuscitated him. And he is given that second chance. Normally in stories like this, he sees the error of his ways, he lives a good moral life, and he redeems himself, and at the end, what he did before doesn't matter.
Right.
But in here, it's like, no.
Oh, no.
We don't forget
That's
that
a mortal sin.
Because basically he kind of stole his soul back from the devil. Which is
so to speak. Which he explains that he saw visions, he saw demons, he saw these things as a child, and to get them to stop, he offed himself.
Yes.
But then from that point on, after he came back, and he saw hell, he knew that what he was seeing was real.
Yes.
And I think from that point on, he started to like dive into that world, and he started to learn about angels and demons and half-breeds and what the whole story is about. And he dedicates himself to trying to keep the balance. And if there are demons or even angels who are fucking things up and undoing the balance, he's there to set things right.
Right.
He's
thinking
not,
it'll help.
Yeah, and he's not on either side, but in reality, he is on the side of good because he's keeping the balance the way the two sides want it to be.
But yeah, knowing this information, that he's gonna die, and he knows no matter what he does, he's gonna die.
Yep.
Like, listen, it's dark humor, but you could have some levity
Sure.
in there. You can have some self-deprecating, like, I know what's coming for me, so what the fuck matters? And they don't really try hard enough. Like, there's moments where I think they maybe were trying to put a line in that's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
But they didn't stick. They didn't stick.
They were very few and far between.
Yeah. But we find out he was born with these powers, like you said.
Yeah.
And he's seeing all these things and is convinced he's crazy. And it just gets worse, which is why he tries to kill himself.
Yes.
And succeeds.
Yes.
But fails. So then we have that one weird scene where he's in front of a gas station and he's attacked by a demon.
Yep.
But again, it does not have a human form. The form it takes is bugs and snakes
Yeah.
merged together into a body. What was the point of that sequence?
I think it's to get the point across that the demons, and in this case, it is revealed later that the son of the devil is trying to come back. And they don't want Constantine to be on the job, essentially. They don't want him around fucking up their plan. And they know that his job is to prevent that plan from getting put through.
Right, because he mentions a couple of times in this scene and then after,
Yeah.
that demon's not supposed to be there.
Right.
That's not following the rules.
Yep. So he goes to his buddy Midnight at the bar and says,
yeah,
oh, okay.
Explain this club to me. Because there are beings there.
Yeah.
Like, they all have these glowing eyes. What are these? These are the half-breeds?
I don't, that part of it, I don't really know.
I was trying to figure that out. Like, he goes on about half-breeds.
Sure.
And it's like demons in
It's
human
both.
form.
It's demons and I think
And
angels.
angels.
Yeah. So I guess maybe this is a place where they can congregate and have it be okay.
Yeah, because Midnight's whole thing is,
Yeah.
I don't play sides.
Yep. Everything is neutral here. You can't come in here and start some shit.
Right.
It's like John Wick. You can't you
This is
can't
my
mess
club.
around at the hotel. You can't mess around
I'm
in
sensing
my
some
bar.
themes in several of the movies we're talking about.
We'll get to some of that. So he goes to his buddy Midnight and says the same thing. Hey, I just got attacked by a demon.
How?
I need to use your chair.
Yep.
I need your help. And Midnight says, no, I can't get involved here. And
of course, that's played by another actor I know, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, Jimon Hinsu? Jimon Hinsu?
I don't know his name.
But you've seen him in other things.
I have.
He's a guy who's in many, many movies.
Yeah.
He was in... The biggest thing he was probably in was Amistad.
Okay.
Which you have not seen.
Nope.
We're going to have to watch Amistad. Yeah. But another actor I recognized.
Sure.
Followed soon after by not an actor I recognized.
No.
But there's somebody hanging out at this club by the name of Balthazar, who's played by Gavin Rossdale.
Mr. Bush.
Why is Gavin Rossdale in this movie, Trent?
I have no fucking idea.
Is it because he's like vaguely good looking and British?
Probably.
He's like, I'm going to be in a movie and it's going to be Constantine.
But you know what? I think he did a good job for the time he's in it.
He doesn't have a whole lot to do.
Yeah.
Thus, he doesn't have a whole lot of time to screw it up.
Correct.
So yes, he is fine.
It's like, hey, you need to look handsome and be able to do the thing with,
And he
with
doesn't
your
actually
fingers.
have to do that.
No.
He has a coin that he does that trick where he
Yeah.
kind of rolls the coin across his knuckles.
Right.
And he shows up and looks menacing a few times throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. And that's all he does.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you remember this or noticed this.
At the beginning?
Yeah, he was at the very, very beginning in the hospital, looking over.
He wasn't at the hospital. He was at the apartment when he went and exorcised the girl.
Oh, that's right. He was there.
Yeah, he was like up on the an upper floor looking down in the shadows.
Yes, that's right.
So yes, they show a guy rolling the coin on his fingers.
Yeah, watching what's happening.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so he shows up and he's apparently one of these half-breeds. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Again, it was like one line of dialogue and he said it kind of fast.
Yeah, so the half-breed stuff, they're the people who are the influencers. Okay. They go around and try to whisper in people's ears and try to get things to happen the way they want them to happen because of, I guess, the overall thing that they only mention once is that God and the devil have this wager going on as to which side is going to win. So they send out their influencers to try to tip the balance in each other's favor, which is why you have, people doing evil things, people doing good things at the same time.
I was sitting here thinking about the fact that we just watched Devil's Advocate, and that was the word we used a lot, was influence.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of funny that we picked this movie after this, because there are similar themes and similar actors.
Yes.
One actor, anyway. But yeah, it's the same thing where they kind of whisper in each other's ear and try to get people to do things. I can't make you do anything. I can't force you to do anything. But
I can make a suggestion.
I can make suggestions. And so that's kind of the whole point of these guys being on Earth, is just to be like, hey, why did you do this?
Yep.
Hey.
Now, and Balthazar, is that a reference to anything? I know the name just from other media, but
I was trying
maybe
to
it's
find
just
that.
like a vaguely biblical name.
No, I think Balthazar is just a cool sounding name.
It is. It is.
What's the character in Dogma that Jason Lee plays? Is his name also Balthazar?
Oh, God.
I think it is.
No. Is it Azrael?
Azrael.
Yeah.
There is. Okay. I thought there was a Balthazar in that, too.
I don't think so.
But anyway, yeah. It's a cool sounding name for a cool looking demon.
Hey, he was a cool looking demon. I'll say that. So let's get back to what's going on here. So Angela goes back and looks at the security footage from the hospital.
Yes, they have her sister on camera.
And I guess they make this a little confusing because she plays back the video. In the video, her sister looks back at the camera and says the name Constantine.
But
once.
She's looking away.
Yeah.
Angela's looking away, and when she replays it, she doesn't say it.
She goes back and replays it, and she doesn't say it. So I don't know what's going on there.
That's probably got something to do with what we find out about her later, that she had this ability.
Sure.
So she's gone through a traumatic event, being that her sister is dead.
Yeah.
And it's probably shaking things loose. Mm-hmm. What I don't understand is why everything in her apartment starts ringing.
She has a lot of phones.
She has a fax machine, a cell phone, a landline, and they all start ringing. Mm-hmm. But we don't know why.
She keeps picking them up, but nothing is there.
Yes, but we don't know why.
I don't have a clue.
There's no explanation given for that.
Demons?
Demons
making prank phone calls, Betsy?
Because the next scene when she goes to Constantine to ask him for help, and he says no, all these demon winged bat things.
But what we find out is that these demons are actually after her.
Yes.
So
did they call her to get her to leave the house as a funny joke? Like,
what's the line in the one of the scary movies, Scream? Or I Know What You Did Last Summer. Don't they have doesn't the Scream guy call and say something?
You would know if you had seen Scream.
I've never
Trent.
seen Scream.
I'm gonna fix this. I mean, it's like, what's your favorite scary movie? Is that what you're thinking of?
I don't know. I know that's what happens to Drew Barrymore at the very beginning.
The scary dude calls people on the phone, yes.
Okay.
At the beginning of the movie and throughout.
Maybe it's just to confirm that she's home.
Okay, yes, she is at home, but she promptly leaves and goes to see Constantine.
Correct. So she goes to see Mr. Constantine.
Mr. John.
Yes. Goes to his apartment where he has big, like, 10-gallon things of water everywhere.
Holy water. They all have crosses on them.
Holy? Oh, okay.
You didn't
I never
see the
got
crosses?
that. I didn't see the crosses. No, I did not.
Yeah. A man in his profession needs lots of holy water.
You're right.
Yes, there are little crosses, like, branded onto the bottles.
Which, in essence, is kind of a barricade around his the outskirts.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has holy water around the outside edge of his apartment.
Yep. And there's no tops on him either.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I don't think there's any tops on him. It's all open.
But they're those big, like, water cooler size things.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Noticing things. So she goes there and says, my sister didn't kill herself. That's impossible.
She is a devout Catholic. She would never do it because she knows what would await her.
Which, by the way, she goes to the priest to ask him, she couldn't possibly have killed herself. We need to have a Catholic funeral. And the priest says no. Well, actually, the bishop said no.
Was it the bishop?
Yes. He said the bishop basically vetoed the entire thing because the police said it was suicide.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so she went to talk to the priest who's already spoken to the bishop.
Correct.
Got
yes.
it. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure, I think if the priest had his way, he would have overruled that.
Not necessarily. That's pretty cut and dry.
Again, she probably knows the priest. And
she
the
called
priest
him
knows
by his
them.
first name.
Yeah, the priest knows them, and I think, I don't know. But it seemed like he might have had a different opinion than the bishop, but the bishop would have overruled them.
But the law of God and law of man, there's kind of a very
We'll
black and
not
white
get into
area.
that here.
I'm just saying, I don't think he would have gone for it.
Whatever. All right. But, so, basically he says no. Constantine says no. Lots of luck, detective. Get out of my apartment.
Yep.
In so many words. And she even says, I was hoping that you could point me in the right direction. And he points to the door.
Yes.
Get out of my apartment.
Yes.
Which is apparently above a bowling alley.
No.
I'm pretty sure that, yes, it
that
totally
he lives
is.
up above it?
He lives above the bowling alley. Because, remember, when she goes in the bathtub, she runs out of there dripping wet and goes downstairs to the bowling alley behind.
They, again, don't... If that is the case...
When they have the establishing shot, it has the bowl thing, the sign out front.
In front of his apartment?
And the windows of his apartment are right there.
I just completely missed that.
Yeah,
I understood
he is
that
above a bowling alley.
His friend worked behind the bowling pins, and he lives in this apartment. I did not understand geographically it's the same place.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I'd have to go back and look. You're probably right, but I missed it completely.
But still, just the fact that he lives above a bowling alley.
He lives in a shithole.
Yes,
Call it what it is.
He does. There's also a Simpsons reference in there for those people who remember Frank Grimes.
Huh?
I'm not going to get into it. It's a Simpsons reference. Look it up.
Well, all right. I guess I'll sit here looking stupid for a while.
Frank Grimes, I think the episode is called Homer's Rival. Frank Grimes starts to work at the nuclear power plant, and he has
the guy who hates Homer?
Pretty much.
Okay.
And he says when Frank Grimes goes to visit Homer and his family, he's like laments, saying, I live above a bowling alley and below another bowling alley. Something like that.
Something to that effect.
So Constantine actually runs out of the apartment. I can't remember what happens to make
Bats. There's like bat wings.
Oh yeah,
and like
demons
flying
were flying by the windows,
shaking his apartment
after she leaves, and he realizes, oh, they're not here for me; they're after her.
Right.
So I'm gonna go chasing after her, and he starts telling her the story about, what if I told you? And he starts talking about the wager between God and the devil and whatnot.
Yeah.
So the demons find them and they attack them, but Constantine apparently lights his hand on fire. I don't know what that was about.
He wraps a cloth around his hand
and sets it on fire.
Lights it on fire, punches a bunch of them, and they all blow up.
Yeah, and then the lights come back on.
And that's it.
Sure.
Again,
it's an old exorcism trick, Betsy. You wouldn't know.
Lacking in detail. Where it's just like, well, it looked cool,
it
right?
It did look cool.
And then you get sulfur. Whenever the demons go away, they blow up and they stink of sulfur.
Yeah, she throws up and he says, yeah, it happens to everybody. It's the sulfur.
The first time.
Yeah. But I can't remember what happens right after that.
So basically he agrees to help her.
Yeah.
And goes back to her apartment, and he says the only way to find out if she killed herself is to see if she's in hell.
Yep, let's go to hell.
So he decides he's just going to go to hell.
Yep.
Because he has the power to do that.
Sure.
That was one of the funnier moments in the movie. Was the thing with the cat. He said cats are good, half in, half out anyway.
Yep.
Because cats are bastards. For anyone who's ever owned a cat, you know exactly what he was talking about.
And this cat was going along with it. Duck.
Yes.
Duck the cat.
Duck the cat. So he puts his feet in water because it's a conduit, basically, enhances his ability.
Yep.
And he can just sort of focus his energy on an item that belonged to the deceased, and he pushes himself through into hell.
Sure. Call it a seance, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, and he goes into hell, and he finds her there, because she's definitely there.
What he sees is a depiction of what she actually did. She did jump off the building. She tore off the hospital tag from her wrist, and he catches it, and he has it when he comes back.
Yes.
So he says, yeah, she did that. She wasn't pushed. She did it of her own free will, to a point, I guess.
And I guess we're led to believe that she had that mark on her wrist, which was kind of forcing her she was selected to be a part of this bigger thing, and so she opted to kill herself instead.
Right.
Because she didn't want to bring back the son of Satan.
Right, and I think it was one of those cases where I can't take it anymore, much like him. I can't take it anymore, I'm going to take my life.
I don't think it was that so much. And again, it's just lacking in detail. We don't get the motivation of why a woman jumps off of the building.
I guess.
But you have to kind of extrapolate. And, her sister's saying she would never, ever, ever do this. Mm-hmm. She would if there was a good reason.
Sure.
If you're a devout Catholic who is being used to bring about the Antichrist, you might also consider doing exactly what she did.
Yeah, sure.
That's where my brain goes, where my extrapolation is. But I like when he's in hell, whenever they show hell, it's actually kind of cool, like that burning wasteland.
It's a post-apocalyptic LA.
Yeah.
Is what is depicted here.
Yes. So he's surrounded by flames, he's surrounded by demons, and when he comes out, and then this happens every time one of them goes to hell and comes back, they're smoking.
Yeah.
That's
Steaming.
a nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice effect.
And like she goes over to him and touches him, and she like recoils. It's like, oh, you're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was in hell.
Yeah.
And came back. So that's cool. I did like the interpretation of the burning wasteland.
You don't get a lot of that in film.
Not the full bore, like, and they kind of show underground. There's just bodies and screaming and horror. But up above ground,
It's just a wasteland.
It's just a wasteland.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool.
Yep. So after he comes back, they confirm that she is in hell. So we need to figure out what actually happened. If she's so sure that she wouldn't have killed herself, let's go find out. Let's go and find a clue.
Yep.
And because she had such a connection with her sister, she was a twin sister for what that's worth. Constantine starts to yell at her and be kind of a dick.
To get an emotional response.
To try to force a response from her, and she finally remembers that, oh, actually, we used to send each other messages by writing on windows and writing on glass through our breath, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know how she would know this, but she writes a Bible verse, Corinthians 17. And in the Bible, apparently there is no Corinthians 17, but in the Bible in hell, they do have that.
Obviously, Trent, there's the Hell Bible.
How would her sister know that?
Because she's being influenced by demons and possessed by the devil, so to speak.
Then why would she know
She
the
has
verse?
Trent, she is a powerful psychic who can see
I guess.
demons.
Okay, fine.
And this is the thing you have a problem with?
Yes.
So yes, she knows enough to know that. And maybe she just had a vision and she doesn't know what it means, but she leaves a message.
Yeah.
She gets the blueprint of what they're planning.
Yeah.
And what they're planning is reflected in this Bible verse. And of course, Constantine and his buddy who lives behind the bowling alley happen to have a copy of the Satan Bible.
Right. So
the Hell Bible.
Yeah. So his buddy basically, after they call him up saying, "Hey, we look up Corinthians 17 because I know you got this." He gets attacked while they're on the phone with him, and they go back to the bowling alley. Which, by the way, I have been in the back end of bowling alleys
You sure
a
have.
lot in my life. A lot in my life. My father was a mechanic at a bowling alley for all of my life until he retired.
30 years?
30 plus years.
Yeah.
I've been back there many, many times. That's not what it looks like.
I got to go once.
Yeah, Betsy got to go once. No, that's not what it looks like.
It vaguely
But
looks
I
like
digress.
that. But
I
that's,
digress.
Again, it's
Yeah.
for a movie, Trent.
I
Every
know.
bowling alley's a little different.
I know. I don't care. But
You
yeah.
get mad about bowling alleys the way I do about farms.
Yes. Yes, you do. But yeah, he gets killed by Balthazar, we find out. Which, again, Balthazar is just a part of this whole thing with the son of the devil trying to come back, and all of these other people are his minions and trying to bring about this happening.
Yeah, they're just button pushers.
Yeah.
To make it happen.
Exactly. So Angela finally decides, okay, I'm in this. How do I help you? Let's get revenge on these fuckers. Let's prevent whatever plan that they have from happening. Let me in. So I don't know why he had to put her in the tub. Maybe it was to like activate whatever her thing was. Like she kind of put it out of her mind to get her powers back, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so she had the same power, the same abilities that her sister had.
Yeah.
But instead of going with it and being committed to the hospital, she abandoned her sister and was like, no, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
And the longer she said it, the more
She put it out of her mind.
She put it out of her mind and then stopped seeing it.
Okay.
So he needs to basically reactivate it. What better way to do that than a trauma? A near-death experience.
Yeah.
So he basically gets her to go into a bathtub and he holds her down.
Yep.
And once she kind of starts drowning is when it kicks in.
Sure.
And that's kind of a trope from a lot of different movies, like Deadpool, you know, to activate his genes, his mutant genes, he has to go through
He has to basically
extreme pressure and basically die.
To basically activate that gene.
Yeah. So same philosophy. The only way she's going to be able to see all this is to have this near-death experience. And then she blows up the tub.
Yeah.
Again, she manages to go to hell.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of had this ability herself. She goes for a split second, and when she comes back, she does so with such force, she blows up his tub. And again, I don't think there was a point to it other than it looked cool.
Also, I'm just gonna say, everybody kind of gets a little wet in this movie.
There's a lot of water.
There's a lot of wet.
Pools, rain, fire sprinklers going off. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody kind of gets a little wet.
Everybody get wet. Constantine, 2005.
Yes.
But yeah, so she has this vision. She figures out it was Balthazar that killed his friend. So he goes and confronts Balthazar and melts his face off.
Yeah, throws some holy water at him saying, hey, I prefer it this way and I'm not hiding anymore.
Yeah, that was
gross.
It was gross.
It was gross.
His face was melting.
Yeah, Gavin Rossdale has looked better.
He has looked better. And it was weird because it was like they did some prosthetic work and then a lot of computer animated stuff, and it was kind of hard to tell.
It was a mix, which I think they pulled it off. It looked good. It looked good.
All right.
For 2005, it looked good.
For 2005, okay, I'll give you it looked pretty good for 2005.
Yeah. So Balthazar dies after he... but first, Constantine basically is threatening him to go to heaven.
Yes.
I think is what's happening there.
Yes, I'm going to absolve you of your sins. Yeah. And you're going to go to heaven when I kill you.
I'm going to kill you and you're going to go to heaven. And he does not want that.
No.
What in any other media have you ever heard of such a thing?
He's reading him his last rites.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's blessing him and absolving him of his sins, and he gets to go to heaven.
But like, no, I'm going to tell you what's going on.
Before he finishes, he succumbs to his threats, and he tells him exactly what he wants to know.
This is how it's happening.
Yep.
Yeah. Who actually shows up? Is it the devil?
It's Gabriel.
It's Gabriel who shows up.
Yeah, because he says, you know, I did it the way you asked.
Right.
I
yeah,
because
Gabriel is the one. Gabriel is the one who's behind all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't really know what Gabriel's motivation is.
Again, he's just sick of staring at humans getting their way.
I guess. Like Gabriel doesn't.
Again, it's unclear. Like
they don't really have a big like reveal of like this is my main my motivations for doing everything. I'm gonna give you this big diatribe.
It's a little bit too fast and loose for me.
Yeah, but okay, who cares?
But yeah, then we get the one scene, and this was the scene I remembered from the trailer, where
her being pulled through the building.
And you don't see it in the trailer; you just see the building exploding.
Sure.
But yeah, she basically gets yoinked
right
through the walls, through the buildings, and planted exactly where she needs to be.
Because she wasn't wearing the amulet, Betsy.
And he's chasing her through the building and jumping over like elevator shafts.
Yeah, so she gets brought over to where her sister where her sister died.
Yes.
In that pool.
And that's where it's all going down.
Right. So
why there?
I don't know.
Again,
I don't know.
It's just a location that they have selected, and it's where she died, but it's like there's no real connection. There's no real reason it had to be there.
No.
Other than, here's a familiar scene we've come back to a few times in this movie.
We built this set, we need to use it, so let's get everything wet.
Again, just why that spot? Why not that spot?
There you go. Directing. Easy.
So yeah, we kind of get the gist of what's happening. He goes back to Midnight's little house and convinces him that he needs to use his chair. He keeps saying his chair. Yep. We come to find out it's an electric chair.
Yep.
And he electrocutes himself and he gets the whole story. Again, how does this work? Why does this make sense? How is he able to get the whole story and the vision of the dude in Mexico with the spear of destiny
Sheer will.
Damn it, Trent. That's not good enough. But yeah, it's just a lot of that. It's like, so he electrocutes himself and that helps his powers to get the whole plan. Like, I don't...
You gotta get the explanation somehow.
I know, but I just was left feeling confused because, like, as I'm watching it, I understand it, but as I'm sitting here trying to
It's a little bit too clean. It's a little bit too easy to get the plot points that, hey, Constantine needs to learn what is actually going on, and now he does, so he can go and try to prevent it from happening.
Yeah. So
that's all.
I guess.
Again, how else do you write that? How else does he find out?
The grand plan without somebody telling him?
Right.
Yeah.
How else do you get there?
I just wish I understood his powers better. And
I agree.
Maybe this is what I was saying at the beginning. It is the fault of the people not doing the comic justice. Like, I'm willing to bet in the comic books, this all makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
How he got his powers, how he uses his powers, how his powers work. They just kind of gloss over it in this.
Sure.
And
I suppose if they were to have planned more movies after that, they could have maybe gotten more into details. But for this one story, for this one movie, you just kind of have to let that go.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It's not that kind of movie, Trent.
Yeah.
So they pack up their shit. And then Shia LaBeouf is back.
Sure.
He's been gone half the movie, but he's here again because we need him to die.
Yeah.
They load up their guns, their knives, their ammo.
They do that movie trope where it's everybody getting ready. Let's get all the bullets together.
Yep.
And I have to imagine that crucifix shotgun is very much from the comics. It is like an iconic thing. It's him on the movie poster. It is him. Like, they even have it for that TV show. It's the poster for that TV show. It's him holding that gun.
And he doesn't use it.
Until the end.
But he still didn't really use it.
He used it on all those demons that were getting sprayed with holy water.
Right, but he didn't actually need to, and it locked up when he tried. So Shia LaBeouf throws a holy cross into the water source.
Uh-huh.
And then when they set off the fire sprinklers, it's holy water.
Yep.
And it melts all the demons. And they're all dying. And one of them is coming at him. And he tries to shoot it. And it's jammed because it's waterlogged. So Shia LaBeouf has to shoot the demon.
Or maybe he was out of ammo?
He wasn't, though. They showed it many times. That fucking gun was full of gold bullets.
Again, who cares? Shia LaBeouf gets his action movie shot.
And I will give you that again. Like, if this, I don't even know this comic, and you just pointed it out. If this is his iconic weapon from the comics, and it's on the poster, and it's in the TV show, and he barely uses it in this movie.
But he does use it.
That is doing the comic a disservice.
Maybe.
And yes, Shia LaBeouf shows up. And he gets to have his hero moment.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. And then from there, everything escalates pretty quickly.
Yep. So she's possessed. She's there. She's possessed by the son of the devil.
That's right, she is.
So they try to do a whole bunch of, what is that, Latin? They say a bunch of Latin?
They're basically saying in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay,
in nomine
fine.
Patris, Filii, Spiritus Sancti, et Filii, Spiritus Sancti. It's pretty straightforward. Padre, Father, Filii, Spiritus Sancti, Holy Spirit.
I'm sorry, I blocked out for a second. So we got them trying to depossess her.
That's right.
And it seems to work for a bit.
Except it doesn't.
Then
they murder Chaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, they just are like, Shia LaBeouf is this cocky little bastard, and he gets thrown by a demon and smashed into the ceiling, smashed into the floor a few times, and then he's dead.
Yeah.
Is this character in the comics? Is this how it goes down? Or are you killing off this character for sport?
Who cares?
I care now. If anything, this movie is making me want to go check out this comic.
I guess.
At least read about it, if not read the comic itself.
Sure. So from there, Gabriel shows up.
Well, yeah, and again, Constantine has these tattoos on his arm.
Yeah.
And he basically says some magic words.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is, hey, reveal yourself, you motherfucker.
Yeah, and he
Come
pulls
out.
them out.
Yeah.
Again, I don't understand this power. He has the ability to will out.
There's your serving the comic fans.
Yeah.
But again, they don't explain it in the movie.
No, and he yoinks. There's a lot of yoinking and yeeting in this movie. He
Yuck.
pulls the angel Gabriel out of wherever they are hiding.
Sure.
And once again, Tilda Swinton looking pretty cool.
In her, like, she kind of looks like she was wearing a straitjacket. Like half a straitjacket.
I love you so much because you wrote down the same word I did.
I didn't write down anything. That just came off the dome, Betsy.
But that's what it looks like.
It does.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one who thought that. So she's wearing kind of these like laced up chap pants.
Yeah. The pants look cool.
Yeah, she is dressed for the asylum that they are in. She's in a mental hospital and she's dressed like that. And she's wearing wristbands that say things like sorrow and passion and different things.
I never noticed that the first time. I'm glad you noticed that.
Yeah, so she is dressed like a mental patient, but like a really chic, cool mental patient. But yeah, that's what I wrote down was a straitjacket.
Yeah.
The way her pants were.
Yeah.
Always barefoot too.
Of course.
But yeah, and what does she say? Something like, "You're one cocky son of a bitch," or like she calls him out like, "You had some balls summoning me here,
right?
You cocky bastard."
Right.
But yeah,
so,
she shows up.
Yeah.
She's behind this whole thing. We don't really know why.
Yeah.
But she's like, fuck it. He's coming. We're doing this. I'm bringing him out.
And she casts him out into the other room and, like, fucks him up. And Constantine has one final trick.
And that's Peter Stormare.
Hold on. He has one final trick. He knows. He's been told that the devil himself will come to collect his soul. He is the only person he will come and collect his soul for because he wants it so badly.
Again. And the only reason I could think is because he was deprived it.
Yes.
But you can't tell me other people haven't had near-death experiences in this world.
But he has been a thorn in his side. It's because he's been a thorn in his side, casting all these demons back to hell because it's fucking up his end of the wager.
I guess.
That's how I think of it.
Okay, fine.
All right. So how does he get out of this?
Yeah. He needs some divine intervention.
So whatever the opposite of that is. He kills himself again. And guess who shows up?
With slimy black feet.
Oh.
He's oily. Oh. He's covered in slime.
God, this is so much better the second time. Peter Stormare, I fucking love you, man. This scene was just so great. He is so twisted. Oh, God.
And he's just like, I'm here. I am so excited. It's finally here.
Yay.
Yeah, he tries to light a cigarette and he can't. Oh, you cut too deep. You got the tendon, buddy. Let me help you.
With that.
Let me help you.
But you see what I mean by him being great as the devil.
It's an interesting choice for him to be wearing white.
Yep.
Just an observation. But his feet, he's, again, barefoot.
Yep.
But he's just got sludge.
Yep.
And he walks, and you just keep hearing the squishy sludge.
Just the black gook on his feet.
Yep.
And he makes actual footprints through the place as he goes back to the, okay, fine, I need to go and take care of this.
Yeah,
this is going too far.
Constantine tells him, he says, hey, your son's in the next room with Gabriel.
I had to get you here somehow.
Yep. And he's like, no, I'm going to get my time, but we're not doing this today.
Right.
So he grabs Rachel, or Rachel Weisz's character, Angela. He grabs her because she's still possessed.
Yep.
Gets the demon out of her.
Yeah. He casts his son back to hell, but at the same time, God is intervening in this little thing because Gabriel says, I'm just going to smite you myself.
Yep.
But no. You cannot do that.
Yeah,
God intervenes.
God and Satan have an understanding.
Yeah, exactly. God intervenes and blows the shit out of Gabriel, takes the wings, turns Gabriel into a human.
Yep. And again, if you've watched Dogma,
you lose your wings. That's it. You're done.
Yep.
You become human and mortal.
Yes.
So
those two are taken care of.
So Satan casts his son back to hell. Gabriel's taken care of, and what's left for him to do?
By God, he's going back to hell with Constantine.
He's gonna go get Constantine and bring him back to hell, but not so fast.
But not so fast, Trent.
As he's dragging him along, I really like how they depict that, where he's like getting heavier and heavier that he just can't take him any further. And then he realizes
the floor is crumpling.
Right.
He's dragging so hard.
Right. And he realizes, oh, he just sacrificed himself for this other person. Yep. He's redeemed. And then he's still dead. So guess what? He redeems himself. So he's going to go to heaven. And as he is being floated away, he motions back to him to flip off the devil. Oh my God, such a cool scene.
So the thing I thought of in that moment was, this is the end. Do you remember that? So they all have to basically, it's the post-apocalypse.
Yep.
They're all still on Earth, but if they do something good, they can be raptured.
Yes.
Okay, if they sacrifice themselves, if they reveal themselves to be good people,
Yep.
and somebody does it, and then they flip off the other guys and are immediately dropped.
Yep. Like, no, you can't do that yet.
You can't. No, you can't do that. Don't be a dick about this. But that's what I thought of.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
He's about to go to heaven.
Yep.
And Satan says, oh, hell no.
Oh, no. I'm going to keep you here.
You're
He
gonna
grabs
live.
him. Yeah, he grabs him. I'm going to make you live, bitch.
He heals him.
He heals him and takes his cancer away.
And
Did you
his
notice that?
wrist. Yes.
Yes.
So he literally heals his, because he
Yep.
cut his wrist for Satan to show up.
Yep.
And he heals that, and he reaches inside of his lungs and takes out his lung cancer.
Yeah.
And when he wakes up, he's breathing normally. And he's like, God damn it. So yeah, he's like, I'm going to give you time. No. I don't get to lose this wager.
Yep.
I'm going to heal you.
Yep.
So that you have time to ruin your life again.
He doesn't get to have you. I don't get to have you. We both lose.
I'm going to prove my point.
Yeah, you get to win for now.
Yep.
I'll get you eventually.
Yeah. I'm going to prove my point by giving you your life back so that you have time to screw it all up and come back to me.
Yep. And that's the eternal struggle of John Constantine.
Yep. Yeah. And of course, Gabriel's now human, and he punches Gabriel in the face. Welcome to Earth.
You feel that? It's called pain. Get used to it.
Yep. And gives Angela the blade, the spear of destiny, and says, go hide it where I can't find it.
Yep.
And then there's the whole thing throughout this movie where they almost kiss but don't.
Yeah.
Like,
they didn't need to do that.
I don't need a romance in this.
No.
I'm glad they didn't turn it into that, but I also was like, you keep kind of flirting with it.
Right.
Could we either just do it and get it out of our systems or not do those things? Mm-hmm. Like, you could have had this entire movie without any sort of like sexual chemistry, tension, anything. Mm-hmm. You didn't need it there at all.
No.
She could just be some girl he's helping.
I agree.
If you're not going to have the payout at the end in these kinds of movies, like, again, maybe that's a choice for a sequel. Like, they planned on a sequel and they didn't get one. It's
maybe a whole will they or won't they type of a thing later on. I don't know. It seemed forced. Like, it does not need to be in the movie.
No. So yeah, it's not a bad movie. There were some holes. I feel like I would benefit greatly from more knowledge of the comics. And if I had seen a movie that was written for the comic book fans, maybe this movie would be better. But this movie was clearly written for, we have a property, let's quick make a movie out of it. See if it's successful.
Maybe. I mean, they probably pulled out enough of it to satisfy them. They're never going to get the whole thing because comic series go on for a long time.
Yes, but they can still do it in a way that is effective. They have proven that in the last 10 years, time and time again. Yeah, we've got a lot of successful comic book movies as standalones and as big groupings. Not as much in the DC universe, because this is a DC comic.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where this is going to be problematic to get going again. But it can be done, because not all the DC stuff is bad. It's just when they try to do the really big picture Justice League where it's been faltering.
Yeah, when they've been trying to imitate the
Marvel model.
When they're trying to imitate Marvel, they fail.
Yeah. If they just tried to do their own thing, they'd be better off.
Yeah. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So, Betsy, did you have any other thoughts? I had one more thought about this.
Yeah? What is it?
So, we haven't really talked about Keanu much.
No.
In this Keanu-thon.
In this being the Keanu-thon, we should touch on that.
Let's talk about Mr. Reeves here. His delivery, the way he is speaking, is very much a thing that Keanu was doing during this time in his career. I don't think this is something that he's really chosen for the character. He's just kind of speaks in a low, halting fashion. The other movie that came out around the same time was A Scanner Darkly. He talks very much the same way in that movie as he does in this movie. He doesn't sound like this in the Matrix movies, and I don't really think he sounds like this in later movies either. It's just something that I think he was doing during the mid to late 2000s.
I mean, part of that is the character. You know, this is a dude who...
Yes. It fits his character.
Right. He's a messed up guy who knows he's going to die, and he knows what's waiting for him after he dies.
Yes.
So he doesn't have a whole lot to be happy about. He smiles, I think, all of once in this entire movie, maybe twice. And he kind of cracks a little bit of a smirk, and that's all you get.
I wouldn't even call it that, but sure.
Yeah, that maybe is being generous.
Yeah.
And so he sort of grumbles his way through the movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in A Scanner Darkly, he does the exact same delivery. And again, it's another kind of depressing kind of a thing. It's a Philip K. Dick thing, so hey, it's going to be fucked up.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I fell asleep during it.
I will never get you to watch A Scanner Darkly again. Hey, I admit it is a very strange movie. I like it just because...
Stylistically, it's cool. They filmed it. They did it on film and then hand drew over every cell to make it look like a comic.
It's impressive as hell. The story is convoluted and weird. I've had to watch it probably 3 to 4 times to really get it.
Yeah.
And I think the more I've watched it, the more I've appreciated it. The first time I saw Scanner Darkly, I just didn't get it. I kind of hated it. Then I watched it again, and I got it a lot better.
I don't have the patience to watch movies like 4 times. If I'm told you have to watch it multiple times to appreciate it, that's something I'm never going to appreciate.
And I'm not saying that you would have to. It's just my stupid brain didn't get it.
I watched most of that movie, and you know how I am with movies. I usually get it the first go. If not, I get it the second. I fell asleep, Trent. I fell asleep during A Scanner Darkly. I don't usually do that.
Fair enough.
And then you tried to get me to finish, and I said, I don't need to.
Fair enough.
I don't need to.
Fair enough. So that's all I have to really say about this one. Any more thoughts, Betsy?
Nah.
All right. Let's get to some listener feedback, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
What do you got?
So in honor of this Keanu-thon, I put out the ask of what movies do people like with Keanu Reeves? What do they not like? And we got a couple of responses.
Yeah.
So Jeff said the first John Wick. Well, yeah.
Of course.
Obviously. Katie responded, Matrix is my fave Keanu. Recently, I got a massive kick out of his cameo in Always Be My Maybe.
Yep, we
I
mentioned
have told you this. One day I'm going to get you to watch it, and it's going to be delightful. Here's one that is applicable to this situation. Kelsey said, I really love Constantine.
Yeah.
So there you go. We've got a fan. And John Wick, and agreed on his cameo in Always Be My Maybe. And I dislike the lake house. Do you know what the lake house is?
It's with Sandra Bullock, isn't it?
Yes. Do you know the premise?
Oh, God. Is it the time travel thing?
Yes.
Yeah, like there's a fucking thing in the mailbox.
Yes.
That's about all I know.
They send letters through time, Trent. That's what they do.
Okay.
So I can understand with this particular individual why that would not be a movie that strikes a chord. But if you love a cheesy rom-com... I'm into it. Jenna said, I loved Much Ado About Nothing, and I love Keanu, but Mr. Reeves should not do Shakespeare.
No.
I think I touched on that as well. He's awful in it. But it's a great movie overall. So Liz responded, Babes in Toyland. And I don't know if it's because she loves it, hates it, or loves to hate it. Because Keanu Reeves in the 1980s starred in a musical version of Babes in Toyland, co-starring a very young Drew Barrymore. And yes, they both sing in this movie. I don't think either of them is actually singing, though. I think they're lip singing. And it's bad. It's real bad. It's real painful, and it's ridiculous. And then a movie we just covered, Amy responded, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So yes, some very solid choices.
Yes. So that's what we got back about Keanu. We did get an email about some other stuff from who else, Betsy, but our super fan, Stephanie.
Stephanie! Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. Entitled RoboCop. Hey, remember when we watched RoboCop?
No. I am aware. We did watch RoboCop.
Okay. All right. From Stephanie. You mentioned people bringing children to inappropriate movies, and I had an instant memory of people with their children when we went to Sausage Party.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a movie I could not bring myself to watch, even free on Netflix. And I like inappropriate humor. Do not get me wrong, but that might have been a bridge too far for me. She says, I mean, it was a cartoon, but watch the trailer. It's very inappropriate. Agreed. If you didn't get that from the any kind of previews or trailers or anything, if you just thought it was a cartoon movie and you didn't walk out with your kids, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Also, it's called Sausage Party.
Yes.
Sausage.
Yes, I get it.
Party.
Yes, I get it.
I get it.
Yes, I get it.
But these people didn't get that, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. Continuing. She says, yay, RoboCop, such a glorious display of violence and campy fun. That's a great description.
Yeah.
It really is. She says, the other day, we watched Freaks from 2018. I highly recommend this, but also recommend not watching a trailer or looking into it too much. Part of the fun is trying to figure out what the hell it is going for in the first 20 minutes. It is largely from the perspective of a 7-year-old that doesn't fully understand either, so you are discovering things along with her. Okay then.
I don't know that movie.
I don't know anything about that, but it sounds kind of messed up. She says, we also had a date night, went to a real movie theater. We wanted to see Black Widow, but the times didn't work out, so we ended up seeing The Forever Purge. We liked it. Love always, superfan, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, we saw Black Widow. Go listen to the episode if you haven't already.
I don't know if we're going to watch The Purge. There's kind of a lot of... I don't think you
kind of
need
a lot
to
of those
watch
movies.
all of them to understand the concept.
Yeah. And again, we're not really into those kinds of movies, but I do understand having that concept of, hey guys, here's a great idea. Let's say for one day, 1 week, or one week, is it 1 day?
1 day a year.
Fine. 1 day a year, you can just go buck wild. Mm-hmm. Go buck wild the entire world, country, whatever it is. Do whatever you've been penting yourself up for over the past 364 days. 1 day a year, you can go buck wild. No consequences whatsoever. And then there's no crime the rest of the year, in theory. Mm-hmm. But apparently it continues because there's like 15 movies called The Purge.
Well, and you know what happens in the Forever Purge, Trent?
It's forever? Yeah. See? It was a bad idea.
You see, you get too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
And then it turns into nothing special.
What's the Forever Purge 2? Tell me that.
I don't know, Trent. More Purge. More.
The Forever Purge 2. More Purgier.
Sure. That.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. The Purge 2. Electric Boogaloo.
All right, let's end it there, Betsy.
Yeah.
If you have any more thoughts about Keanu, about these movies that we've been watching, if there's something from these decades that we haven't that we haven't mentioned, that we haven't watched,
that we
skipped, maybe give us a recommendation. We've gone through his IMDb page, and we think that we picked out some good ones. We've got one more coming next time that we will finish out.
Yeah.
So if you want to reach out to us and tell us about all your thoughts and feelings, aspirations,
your questions, your concerns,
all of that, email us at neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, neverseenit_pod, where we tweet out whenever the new episodes go up. Probably going to be tweeting some more stuff out lately to try to get some attention on us. And by the way, if you haven't told your friends about us, go ahead and do it. Say, hey, here's a couple of chuckleheads talking about movies for like an hour and a half. And if you don't want to do that and you want to support us in a different way, send us $1, send us $5, send us $10 on anchor.fm. Click the link in the podcast description about support. It's an easy process. Do it on your phone. It makes it much, much easier. But yeah, that's it for Constantine, Betsy.
We did it!
We got one more coming, like we said, of our Keanu-thon, and then it's on to bigger and better things. We'll see if it's better or not. But yeah, that's it from us. I've been one of your hosts, Trent. Over there, that's Betsy.
That's me.
And we will see you next time on Never Seen It.
Bye.